Hello, everybody, to another episode of A Deeper Look, or, well, I guess this wasn't very much, it was more of a brief look. The reason for that is the fact that I decided to read 50 Shades of Grey. Why? I don't know. Or, well, I guess I do know. I read it because I chose a book that I thought would be horrible, and I decided to see how horrible it is. So in that way, I chose between 50 Shades of Grey or Twilight. I chose 50 Shades of Grey because it's infinitely worse because of the very graphic scenes in it make it so much worse than the weird, quirky aspects of Twilight. So, I read the first 10 chapters of 50 Shades of Grey. Why didn't I finish it? Why are you asking me that question? Are you telling me you could finish reading 50 Shades of Grey? Do you know how long the audiobook is? It's 19 hours and like 45 minutes or something. You expect me to want to go through that or just read the actual book word by word? I took notes on every chapter because I chose to not only listen to the audiobook, but I actually read the book. I did both. And I took notes. I did focused reading on this. Anyways, enough of the intro here. Yes, I read the first 10 chapters. I technically didn't get through the 10th chapter completely because it became that bad. Trust me, when I get to chapter 9, you'll understand. Anyways, 50 Shades of Grey is about a woman named Anastasia who is studying English. Why? I don't even know. She's a book person and she is studying English or something like that. And she lives with her friend Kate, who is going for journalism, I believe. Because when we first start the story, she's talking about how Kate is too sick to go into an interview. This interview is for a man named Christian Grey, owner of Grey Holdings Enterprise, which, in fact, I had to look it up because it never summarized what a holdings company was. It never even explained. A holdings company is a company that owns other companies. I think. I could be wrong. I don't know. Anyways, so Anastasia goes to interview Christian Grey, who she happens to not only insult her or his secretaries. She calls the secretaries blonde number 1 and blonde number 2, and then proceeds to weirdly fluster over Christian Grey, and then she asks some weird ass questions. I mean, Kate wrote some questions like, "Are you gay?" Which was a little weird. But Anastasia, for a response into some of the actual professional questions, Christian talks about wanting control, always blah, 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 blah. And then Anastasia's like, so you're a control freak? And he's like, well, I like to have control. Yes, not not really denying that he's a control freak. That sort of foreshadows what ends up happening later. I'm sure you can guess. Anyways, she is literally a complete mess. Like, it's actually hard to bear the first chapter because she's just so unlikable of a human being. And Christian Grey ends up confronting Anastasia and actually questioning her, because well, he knows shit that she's vulnerable because she's kind of just like blurting shit out and then fucking being all weird and awkward. Yes, I am swearing. I know you thought I wasn't going to swear in this video, but I made sure the 30 seconds of whatever was done. Anyways, don't worry. I won't swear very much, kids. 50 Shades of Grey, obviously family friendly. Don't worry. The F word is not even remotely what's going to cover what's going to happen later in this book. Anyways, chapter 2 is right after the interview, which Christian Grey offers her a job position before the end of chapter 1, and she's like, no, I gotta go. And then he's like, it's kind of open. And then she's like, oh, I'm definitely not good looking, blah, blah, blah. That was just weird stuff. But she goes back to Seattle because I think, or no, she lives in Portland, I think, and Christian Grey is in Seattle, if I remember correctly. Because she wants to live in Seattle with Kate. That is one thing, a minor little information thing. Anyways, she tells Kate about the interview, and she does this thing where she keeps talking to herself about how much she dislikes Christian. Like, dude, it's one thing to do that other people, but talking to yourself, that's just straight out being weird. You're like, Christian Grey was so weird. He was giving me a weird, dirty look, like, all the time. And, like, being all weird and his weird, like, half smile, like he's holding a secret. It's like, dude, okay. Anyways, she goes to work and comes back to talk to Kate about Christian again because obviously the book's about Christian. I mean, it's called 50 Shades of Grey, so obviously every topic is going to be about Christian when literally it was an interview. Come on, man. Get on with your life. Anyways, I wrote in this note here when I was reading, I guess Anastasia is into Christian. She's just being annoying about admitting it, which very goddamn true. I actually hated it because for like, I'm pretty sure until like the 4th chapter, which I know, I'm spoiling it. It takes a few chapters for her to actually admit. Anyways, she keeps dreaming about bleak, cold white floors and gray eyes. Are you kidding me? You just interviewed Christian Grey. You like maybe an hour and you're dreaming of this man? Oh my god. And it's going to make even less sense when you learn later in this story because it's not like she's not very she's not very experienced of a human being. So it's going to be a little weird to find out later on. Anyways, of course, the first thing her mother asks her when she decides to call up her mother is, have you met someone? Okay. That's a little weird. I mean, is she that lonely where her mother questions her, like, have you finally met someone yet? Have you finally got a boyfriend? Like, my mother does not do that. When I was single for about a year, my mother did not go like, well, actually, okay, there's a difference. She's not very experienced of a human being. You'll find out later, like said, so it makes even less sense. Or maybe it's that her mother's just like, come on, please get a boyfriend already, but that's a little bushy. Anyways, I write here in my notes, Jesus, Anastasia, you met a rich douche and you fell in love with him? Of course, the first actual real person we meet is Jose. Um, a guy who definitely is more her type than Christian. I'm not kidding. This dude, Jose, um, he's this like he's the guy best friend, and he's so Anastasia's type. He's literally like the most nice guy. He's like he's nice. I'm pretty sure he's smart. Probably he is a good friend. Like, come on, Anastasia, and I'm not kidding. She says he's like a brother. You really pulled out the like a brother stuff with him, man. Oh my god. It really can't get any worse. Well, newsflash, it does. Yeah. Jose is yeah. He's apparently hot according to Anastasia, so that doesn't help when she's like he's like a brother to me, and then continues to say that he's attractive and nice and come on, man. And she goes into work, and Christian Grey just shows up. And when that happened, I kind of sat there looking at that line there, being like, what? This man got interviewed by this random ass woman and now is following her? There's no way you wander into a local hardware store. Yes, that's where Anastasia works at. Driving long ways to Portland, I think. I think it takes place in Portland. I'm not kidding. The writer doesn't really help because I'm pretty sure she didn't even say where they actually lived in for like a good while. I also didn't write in my notes because of that fact. And also the thing that Anastasia's in school for is not even like ever talked about. Like, she says in like the first chapter, and we like never hear about her taking classes. So is this during the summer or not? I can't remember. Either way, Kate was doing a fucking journalism thing and interviewing stuff. So, and I'm pretty sure that was for her classes. So what is Anastasia doing with her time? Anyways, let's get on to talking about the book. I keep ranting about how bad this is, and that's kind of the point. But, yeah. Apparently, this term, Anastasia has jello legs. She gets jello legs when she sees Christian. And, like, you're going to get nervous around a man that you literally thought was a control freak. You insulted him to his face, and you're getting nervous and flustered around him. Come on, man. Pick and choose whether you want to hate him or not. Come on. I say in here, in my notes, as an overconfident entrepreneur who thinks he's good, he looks good, I think he's a douchebag, takes one to know one. I'm not kidding. That's actually what I thought about Christian. And I say it takes one to know one. Anyways, while she's helping him shop, she keeps looking at him, and she keeps having these like attracted thoughts. So she's like, "Oh my god, his hair! Oh my god, his eyes! Oh my god, it's like, oh my god, stop it! I know this is a romance book, but oh my god, can you be less weird about this? You can approach this a little more normal." Not going like, oh my god, his hair, I love his hair. Oh my god, his eyes, I like how they're gray. Oh my god, I love his lips. Like, come on. And his voice, too. She's like, oh my god, his voice is so deep. I love that. And I'm pretty sure she says, if I'm wrong, she says that his deep voice, like, vibrates vibrates her or something in a lower area. I think that was in that chapter. I didn't even want to quote that because that was just generally a really weird thing to say. Anyways, we finish up there. Christian Grey leaves. And we go on to chapter 3. We get more in depth through the chapters because I end up ranting a lot more. So of course the first couple chapters are going to be really short. But chapter 3, Anastasia speaks to Kate about how Grey wants a photo shoot done, which he discussed in the last chapter. She had previously finally admitted she likes Grey. Yes, see, it took her 2 chapters to admit that. Chapter 3 finally admits she likes him. Likes him. Trust me, it's not only just like. And turns out she got Grey's number as well. That's another thing. I didn't even remember that when I read chapter 2. I didn't even remember that she got Grey's number. I don't even remember how that happened. I think Grey was just like, here, have my number. I skimmed across the first couple chapters because I was very uninterested. Like said, I get a lot more in depth later. So they come to the conclusion Jose should do the photo shoot. Because he's a photographer, I think. I'm pretty sure he's a photographer, but he doesn't take photos of people, apparently. I have no idea. Oh, jeez. All right. Once again, she speaks about friend zoning Paul. Which, I don't remember if she mentioned Paul before. I don't know if that's what I'm saying once again. I'm trying to remember because this was like 2 weeks ago almost that I read these chapters. So I'd say either she will, maybe she mentioned Paul earlier, but Paul is the brother of the owner of the hardware store. She also friend-zoned him, even though, once again, oh my god, Paul likes her? That's the second friend guy that likes her that probably is actually her type. And then she complains that she doesn't get any dick whatsoever. And also talks about her, like, rejecting a bunch of guys. Like, come on, man. Just please. Like, we learn why Jose is not worth it. But Paul, come on, man. Please. Like, Paul is so persistent. Like, I don't know if I write it in there. I think it's in chapter 4 or something. But, like, Paul is pretty, like... Paul isn't hiding it, basically. But we don't see any of Paul, really. So, he's kind of irrelevant. Oh, yeah. It's chapter 3 that she goes to work, and that's why he's mentioned. Previously, she had spoken to him when helping Grey, and upon seeing Grey afterwards, he had a cold expression. Oh, yeah, that happened in chapter 2 as well. I talk a lot about chapter 2 and chapter 3 because there's some callbacks. And I didn't write very much for chapter 2. So, I guess calling back to chapter 2, yeah, she talks to Paul, and she's just chatting with him, and then she just, like, looks over at Grey, and he's like... And she's like, what? Why you look like that? And I'm assuming he a little jelly. Come on, man. You just met a woman. Come on. Like, there's no way. It's like, ugh, I hate that. That's weird. Anyways. Yeah. Anastasia once again dreams of douchey McDouchey before she goes to the photo shoot. That's what I actually wrote on here. Kate, Jose, Anastasia, and Travis. I'm assuming friend of Jose. We don't really hear much. It's just like, oh yeah, Travis is there too. Okay. All right. Sure. I know who Travis is, totally. Um, they all meet at the hotel to begin setting up for the shoot. And upon or after the shoot, because it's just Jose being like, I've never done pictures on people before, and then Kate's like, all right, you gotta stand like this and this and this, blah 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 blah, and then yeah, it's unimportant, boring stuff. But after the photo shoot, Gray asks Anastasia on a date. Oh my god. Finally, something interesting, because this is actually where things get interesting. She tries to avoid it, but I'm not kidding. She's like, I can't. Like, I gotta drive home. I gotta drive people home, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, Gray's like, I can't remember his assistant's name. I really don't. But he's like, yo, make sure you drive them home. And he's like, sure. And then Anastasia's like, but the car, and he's like, oh, just have Kate take the car, blah blah blah. He's just like, he's making sure everything's covered, because he's making sure he gets it done. He gets what he wants, because he's a control freak. Anyways, Kate warns her, actually, that Gray is dangerous, which happens to be, I'll be honest, foreshadowing. I even right here, definitely foreshadowing. I was very right. Gray basically drags Anastasia out to coffee. I'm not kidding. He's like, take my hand, and then he fucking runs. Boy. At least be a little gentle. Jeez. Weird. I'm not kidding. She literally is dragged out by Christian to coffee. It's really weird. Yeah, doesn't even let her hand go. Anna has her weird thought again, and Gray directs the conversation towards Jose. I think what I mean by weird thought was like liking him and wanting to kiss him, probably. I don't know. Some weird stuff of like, I like him, but I'm not going to be too weird about liking him, even though I'm talking to myself. Like, come on, man. Gray ends up asking Anna about if Jose is her boyfriend. Same thing with Paul, which if ever a guy takes you out on a date and asks like, is Brian your boyfriend? And then you're like, no, I'm not dating. He's just my friend. Okay. Oh, is is Evan your boyfriend? No, he just works with me. It's like, can you seem more creepy if you ask if more than one guy is a woman's boyfriend? That's just assuming every guy friend is their boyfriend. Like, a girl can have guy friends, man. Jesus. And just the fact that he thought that, and him giving that cold expression. Imagine she was dating Paul. That would have been really damn weird. I'm not gonna lie. That would have been really damn weird. Weird ass guy. I swear you'd be homewrecker or something. He says Anna is a mystery and that he can't read her, which is weird because she most of the time always looks just fucking flustered. It's not really hard to tell. Gray is actually more mysterious to me. He asks a lot of questions about her past. And Anna asks Gray if he has a girlfriend. And then he says, like, I don't do the girlfriend thing, which is so weird because it's like, okay, you asked her out on a date, but you don't want to do the girlfriend thing? What? Anna almost gets taken out by a cyclist on their way back. after finishing up coffee. She's like running. She's like, oh, gotta leave. Let me just quickly run. And then she fucking almost gets taken out by a cyclist, and Gray like pulls her out, saves her. And then she's like, for the first time, I wanted to kiss, um, I wanted to kiss Gray or a man, or I don't even remember if she's kissed a guy before. Either way, she's like, and that was the first time I've ever wanted to kiss someone. That's corny. Chapter 4. Gray rejects Anna. It's funny because right after being saved, chapter 4, he's like, I know you want to kiss me, but we're not going to do that. I'm not kidding. I'm pretty sure he straight up reads her, which it contradicts him being like, you're such a mystery, Anna. And then he legitimately knows exactly what she's thinking about. It's like, dude, throughout the book, there's several times where he knows what she's thinking. And it's like, she's definitely not a damn mystery if you know what she's thinking about. Jesus, buddy. Anyways, he says he's not the man for her. Even he wants to warn her. It's weird. Anna cries in the garage, which is kind of funny. I don't know what I mean by garage, though. The hotel garage, maybe? I don't know. Either way, yeah, she cries. She finally feels rejection herself because, well, she's rejected several damn guys, including Jose and Paul. But she finally knows what rejection is, which kind of funny. Fast forward to Anna finishing her last exam because, of course, it's the only ever mention of her having classes. So I'm assuming we're hitting the summer in the whole book. If it's the last exam, because it is probably, yeah, because first semester exams, probably not. I'm pretty sure it's summer. Gray sends Anna first editions of books she likes and attaches like a quote or something to it, and that is supposed to be his way of like rejecting her. And then she's just like, why the fuck did he send me books if he doesn't like me? The gang, which I don't think includes Travis, my boy Travis, of course. I know who Travis is. No, I really don't. Anyways, the trio, Kate, Jose, and Anna, go to a bar, and she gets absolutely sloshed. I'm not kidding. She just like, she gets dead ass drunk. And then she calls Gray and hangs up on him when he doesn't tell her why he sent the books. He's just like, where are you? You're drunk. Where are you? Blah, blah, blah. He's like constantly asking where she is because he's being some weird, worried guy. It's like, come on, dude. Come on. Just tell her why you bought her the books. Come on. Anyways, he calls her back and says he's coming to pick her up, which she didn't even tell you where she was. How did you know? This is the first thing that shows towards that he's definitely tracking her. Which how did this happen? How did he? Yeah. How did he get to Portland so quickly? I write here. So yes, the story takes place in Portland. I'm surprised my memory actually pertained that. But he gets to Portland in like 5 minutes. How do you do that? Like, unless the book is trying to span over the course of an hour, then how did he get to Portland so quickly? Anyways, some weird ass stuff comes right here. Warning: sexual assault. Jose, maybe sloshed as well, goes like, "Oh, Anna, kiss me. Oh, I know you want to kiss me." And she's like, "No, please." She's like, "No, don't kiss me. I don't want it." And he's like, "Oh, I love you, Anna." And then Gray just pops out of thin air, and he's like, "I think she said no." And then he's like, what the fuck? um, which is so weird. Um, uh, Anna apologizes to Gray for some reason. And yeah, Gray admits to tracking on a cell phone. Why? Why would you do that? That's so weird. That's some creepy ass stuff, man. I can't tell who's creepier. Anna for having weird ass thoughts about a man she met at an interview, or Christian, the man who met said interviewee and maybe gets obsessed with her. Well, we find out later, but I'm trying not to spoil everything before we get there. Anyways, turns out Gray has a brother named Elliot, adopted brother, because he was adopted into a family. I forgot to say that. That wasn't written in my notes, and I kind of forgot because it's useless information right now. Anyways, Elliot is dancing with Kate, and she can tell right away that Kate is, like, really attracted to him. She's like, oh, no. She's attracted to Elliot. She's only this way around guys she likes. Weird. And Gray's like, come on, we gotta get out of here. And then she's like, I gotta go talk to Kate. And then Gray tells Elliot to maybe tell Kate that they're leaving. Either way, you know, we don't hear what he says, but we can only assume that he tells Elliot that. And then she's like, okay, fine, I can go. Like, she tries to keep making excuses to not leave. They leave shortly after that. And Anna, however you pronounce it, Anastasia, Anna, yeah. Anna just passes out. If I remember correctly, Christian gives her a glass of water, and then she's just like, so, like, what can I assume? Roofie, maybe, because there's no way. Like, she was puking. I'm pretty sure she, like, pukes on Christian, and then pukes in, like, a potted plant or something, if I remember correctly. So maybe she passed out from being, like, sick, but, like, there's, like, zero possibility that happened. Anyways, chapter 5. We're now halfway through almost. Anna, I keep saying Anna. Anna wakes up in the Heathman Hotel. Christian Gray's suite. I think the Heathman's not the same hotel that they did the photo shoot at. I don't remember the name. Either way, I'm pretty sure they're in Seattle. Anna confronts him about tracking her, but he claps back with the fact Jose would have done something. Which, honestly, still no right. Like, yes, she could have got, like, sexually assaulted. But, you know, still weird to track a woman. Honestly, it's almost as bad because then it shows you're obsessed, and who knows what you'll do with that. Just because you saved her doesn't mean that you're the good guy. Anna gets a shower and decides to think of very erotic things about Gray, which was really weird. Come on, you've known this guy for like 3 days, I think. Well, you've met him like for 3 days, so that's kind of weird. They eat breakfast together, and Gray explains why he sent the book, stating he's not a romantic. Yeah, that was a weird way of rejecting her, because he's like, I'm not a romantic. I sent you the books to reject you. And she's just like, okay. Like, sending books to somebody is more romantic of a thing to do when you're actually asking someone out than to reject somebody. I'm going to hold my microphone because I am getting tired of leaning. Anyways, yeah. Gray asks Anna about her plans and circles back to working at his company. And what I mean by plans, I'm pretty sure he asks, like, what do you want to do in the future? What do you want to be? Blah, 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 blah. And she's like, And he's like, well, what about you work for my company? Come on, do it. Gray makes a weird comment about, oh God, no, this is the start of it. I mentioned every single one, but Anna keeps doing this thing where she bites her lip, and Gray's like, stop biting that lip. It just makes me want to bite it myself. There's a lot of these things, and it lasts several chapters. I'm just going to say that. Yeah, it's bad. Anyways, yeah. Yeah, he makes a weird comment, like something like that, where he's like, I want to bite that lip, but I need I need written consent to touch you or something, like, written consent? You're gonna have a right like sign a contract that you can touch her? What? Yeah. They leave the hotel, and inside the elevator, yeah, this is really weird, but inside the elevator, Gray just like, you know what? I'm feeling like making out. And he just pushes Anna right up against the wall and, like, makes out with her, and, like, his bulge touches her, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, I thought you just said you needed written consent. You're a little weird, buddy. Like, imagine she wasn't into you and you did that. It's like, this isn't any better than Jose, man. Like, you kind of, well, then again, Anna did like it, but imagine if she didn't. Jeez. Yeah. This is the first erotic scene. Okay. Chapter 6. Because I'm pretty sure chapter 5 ends right with that, where it's like, we make out, and then the doors open, and like 5 businessmen walk in, and we just like, he stops and stands in place and acting like nothing happened. Yeah. Anyways, after the elevator incident, they leave to go back to Kate. Gray informs Anna it won't happen again unless premeditated, which I actually find really weird. Why would you plan out something like that? That's kind of weird. They return back home, and Elliot meets Anna, then kisses Kate passionately. Yeah, really weird. Like, he says goodbye, and he's like, bye, babe. So weird. Yeah, the two Grays leave, and Anna heads to work shortly after talking to Kate about what happened. Gray picks her up after her shift. The two get in the helicopter, and on the way to Seattle, Anna admires and wonders about Gray. Yeah, they go in a helicopter. Yeah, Gray owns a helicopter, and maybe that's how he got into Portland, but, like, where did he land? Where did that guy land? It was a bar. Did he land on the roof? Anyways, they arrive. Sorry, I can't read my handwriting sometimes. They arrive at Gray's house, and upon entering, Anna realizes that Gray is indeed very wealthy. His house is absolutely enormous. I think it's a mansion, technically. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculously huge. Gray treats Anna to some wine and comments on how pale she is. Anna asks again why the books, and he explains he could have given her something worse. Which I thought she already asked about the books. Like, I wrote that in the last chapter, and he was like, not a romantic. And she asks again for some reason. And he's like, what, you wanted me to get you this book? It was a weird comment to a book that was worse, I guess. I don't know. So I can't tell whether or not he's trying to reject her with the book, because I'm pretty sure the quote was supposed to be a way to reject her. I don't know. I really don't know, man. Gray notices Anna biting her lip. She comments that she's there for sex, basically, and he leaves to come back with, a non-disclosure agreement. A lot to unpack there. The lip biting thing again. So that's the second time. Honestly, we'll need a counter eventually. I'm not going to bother doing that, though, because I'm not going through all of this video just to count how many times I mentioned biting the lips. But, yeah. She actually, she literally says, are we going to do it or what? Type situation where she's like, come on, are we just going to do it? And then Gray's like, huh? She's like, I thought we were going to have sex. And then he's like, hold up 1 second. Pulls out a goddamn NDA. I'm not kidding. I kind of laughed. That was kind of baffling to me. Imagine you're like at this guy's place. You're at some guy's place. You're like, so Ryan, are you going to have sex with me or not? And he's just like, 1 second, babe. Walks out of the room and then comes back. He's like, first, you gotta sign this NDA, and so that you won't tell anybody what happened. What? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen that you have to sign an NDA agreement? What? Oh. Yeah. After Anna signs the agreement, because she's just like, oh, I want to have sex with man real bad. Let me just sign the NDA agreement, not thinking about what he's possibly capable of. Now you're stuck in a goddamn legal binding there, because you're now like, now I can't talk about anything because I just signed a legal document. Yeah, well, this is a way of trapping her. She asks if he's going to make love to her now, which he responds, and I quote, I don't make love. I fuck hard. Oh my god. There's no way you can say that with a straight face. Anyways. Oh, Jesus. Anyways. Gray leads Anna to the playroom. And, oh my god, cliffhanger. Chapter 7. She enters the playroom, and the playroom smells of leather, wood, and polish. Or Polish. No, Polish. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't smell Polish. There are a lot of torture devices just sitting there. This guy, kinky. What I can assume is that he's into BDSM and watching people have sex, because there's this there's this cross with like cuffs on each end. There's a table with matching stools underneath, and there is a random bed sitting there with a couch sitting in front of it. Maybe he likes watching people masturbate. Another thing is that there's just like chains and shit hanging from the roof, like a caged roof. Yeah, I don't even know. Anyways, Anna asks if he likes to give or receive pain, I'm assuming, or whatever. To which he responds with giving. He explains he's a dominant. He likes control. There's the foreshadowing. There's the foreshadowing coming into effect. He speaks of sex as it's a business transaction. Yeah, he's like, if you sign the document or whatever, I think he talks about signing the document or contract or whatever, because there is another one. He's like, if you sign it, you'll if you be bad, I'll punish you, and if you're good, I'll reward you, and whatever. It's like really weird. He keeps talking about like rewards and stuff. Yeah, and even weekend staying over. So he's like, you can stay over for the weekend. You can decorate the room as you like. He explains that he won't have a relationship. Yeah, because Anna's like, so are we going to have a relationship? And he's like, no. She's like, oh, okay. Yeah, it's kind of weird. He admits that he will cause harm to Anna if she needs to be punished. Yeah, because she's like, will it hurt if I'm punished? And he's like, yes. Okay, thanks for being honest. Another thing, before we get into chapter 8, there's this rules thing that he hands her. These are these rules. Obedience. To obey any instructions given by the dominant. Sleep. Minimum of 8 hours. Food. Eating regularly on a proper diet, blah, blah, blah. Clothes approved by dominant. The money is provided as well. Exercise. You're given a personal trainer to train. I think it's once every 3 or 4 days. 4 days a week, I think. Personal hygiene / beauty. She needs to be clean and shaved. Personal safety. She needs to avoid danger. And personal qualities. Accountable and no other sexual relations. Grace states his limits are simply fire play, urination, defecation, needles, knives, children, animals, permanent marks, breath control, and electricity. This guy isn't into choking, but he's into restraining. Okay. All right. Anna tells Gray I meant to write she. Anna tells Gray she's a virgin. To his response, he's angry. Yeah, I'm not kidding. And then we transition to chapter 8, because at the end of chapter 7, she's like, yeah, I've never had sex before. And he's like, chapter 8. Gray explains he thought she wasn't a virgin, and he's angry with himself for not knowing. Another damn lip bite comment, being like, stop biting your lip. It just makes me want to bite it back. I'm like, shut up, Christian. Oh my God. Please continue with your random ass dispute with yourself, being like, oh, I wish I knew she was a virgin. Yeah, weird. Anyways, 'cause, 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 'cause she wants to. He asks if she wants to leave, but they stay, and Gray agrees to make love to Anna. I thought he fucked hard. Which is funny because I wrote that. I thought he fucked hard, and then a few more lines, it's Anna's like, or Anna is like, make love? I thought you fucked hard. Yeah, I seem to have the same thought process. He tells Anna he wants her. Like, this guy is actually obsessed. Holy crap. Sex scene, I write there. Turns out Anna doesn't even know what masturbating is. Oh my god, I forgot about that. To which Gray makes Anna orgasm by fondling her boobs. As in, like, just like... Oh god. I can't be very descriptive about 50 Shades of Grey on YouTube. But it's, yeah, fondling, yeah. It's so hard to not talk about that because I could definitely get, like, age restricted and demonetized. Well, I can't really be demonetized if I'm not monetized. Yeah. Yeah. They finally get to having sex. He kind of does, like, finger stuff. But her first time, which honestly it should hurt a lot more than she described. It's honestly not very accurate, and I don't like reading, sex scenes, but it was just really weird reading it. Yeah. They finish, because I'm not going into detail on that, and somehow Anna wants to go again. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure they do, like, it was like, front, and then this time he's like, turn around. And this is where things get really damn weird. Yeah. They go into, doggy. Yeah. Yeah, and this is where things get weird. And the imagery in this scene makes zero sense whatsoever. I'm just going to say there. If you ever read it and you try to imagine what's happening during that, it's hard to imagine. He sticks his thumb in her, and then sticks it in her mouth and says, taste yourself. What? I don't know if the scenes are supposed to be over 5 minutes long, but it seems Christian doesn't last very long. Yeah, so these scenes don't actually last very long. Like, you think I'm being brief with this? It's almost as brief. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's very brief. Like, if you're reading 50 Shades of Grey for the graphic stuff, then you're not going to get very much. After finishing a second time, Anna passes out and wakes up at some point to Christian playing sad music on a piano, butt-ass naked. Jesus. Apparently, upon further inspection, he is actually wearing PJ pants, so the imagery in my head of a random guy playing sad music on a piano completely ass naked kind of went away. After talking about Christian's taste in sad music, they make their way back to bed to see blood on the bed, apparently from Anna's lost virginity. Christian is very persistent for her to sleep. They both go to bed despite Christian's weirdly uncomfortability with sleeping with people. Yeah, that was really weird that he, like, just willingly does that. Also, the first 8 chapters pass like absolutely nothing. So, yes, it did take me an hour to talk about 8 chapters, but when I was reading them, they went by so quick. Chapter 9, however, holy moly. Chapter 9 is something. Chapter 9. Anna wakes up in the morning to see Gray fast asleep. No way this Sigma male is still sleeping. Yeah, this guy is passed out, like, even on his awake. There's no way. Like, Christian Grey is definitely the kind of guy to wake up at 6:30 in the morning and go to the gym. So it's pretty inaccurate for this guy to be still sleeping. Anna makes her way into the washroom, regaining her bearings or something. She thinks about how she just lost her virginity. Anna has a weird conversation with her subconscious. Oh, yeah. Okay, so starting in chapter 9, she has these weird things where her, like, subconscious is being like, "You're a bitch. Oh my God, you just lost your virginity to Christian Grey." Yeah, it's weird Green Goblin type stuff where, like, she sees herself in the mirror or something. Starts thinking of Grey making her a sex slave or whatever. It's, yeah, a little weird. She goes to the kitchen and checks her phone to see Kate had texted her. She turns some music on to start dancing while cooking some food. So she makes some breakfast, like pancakes, bacon, and eggs or something. And she thinks she's a misfit. Yeah, that was really weird because she just randomly mentions that she's a misfit when she's making pancakes, bacon, and eggs, and listening to music. And she's like, I've always been a misfit, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my God, you're so quirky. Who cares? Anyways. Oh, yeah. I forgot. I write right after OMG so quirky. God damn it. Oh my. I'm trying to, like, improv and also read this. And I'm just doing the same thing. She turns and sees Gray is awake because he just fucking pops out of nowhere. He's just awake. He encourages her to dance, and it seems that he's still a little horny. Yeah, he's like, "You can still dance. It entertains me." It's like, okay, like, if I was Anna, I'd be like, okay, now I don't feel like dancing. I was just doing it for fun. He refers to their sex as basic training and that she needs it. Yeah. Basic training. What are you, in the military? Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ. Anyways, he mentions another goddamn lip biting thing. That's what, 3 now? I think? 3? It's like 1 every chapter almost. Jesus. It's like, stop biting your lip. Oh my God, shut up. I don't care. Yeah, goddamn. Jesus. I hate it. He keeps doing the same thing. He's like, stop biting that lip. I want to bite it back. It's the same thing every time. So when I say the lip biting reference, that's exactly what's going on. She asks what he means by basic training, and he explains, or, mouth stuff. Gray is stubborn with her leaving when she is persistent. Seems like this guy is obsessed. Kate calls Anna. Kate finds out she had sex and asks more questions. They agree to speak about it at home. However, she remembers she signed the NDA, so she can't tell Kate everything that happened because, you signed a legal contract there, Anna. Yeah. No, you can't talk to your best friend about losing your virginity. Yeah. Stupid ass. Gray explains his family doesn't know about his sexual fantasies. Gray tells Anna he's never had vanilla sex before, yet it was good. There's no way. 20-something-year-old Christian Grey has never had once? How do you not have that? Like, do you just go straight into the weird stuff? Jesus Christ. They take a bath, which The lip biting reference comes into effect again. I swear, I hate it. The lip biting thing happens like sometimes the lip biting thing is like a random ass thing where it makes literally no sense, or it's something that leads into a sex scene. So you can never guess. And it's just annoying seeing it. Anyways, Gray tells Anna she's beautiful and worth looking at. And then Gray joins Anna in the bath and mentions she smells good because he legitimately smells her hair. Because the way that they're sitting in the tub, he's like sitting behind her and he's like, his hair smells nice. It's like, okay. And Gray washes Anna and like she kind of feels good when he's doing it. It's like, oh, nice. And I write in here, I swear if they had sex in the bath. Yeah. Anyways, Gray does some interesting things with a cloth and stops before she reaches whatever and mentions he has better plans. Okay? And Anna is admiring how huge he is and gives him a, yeah, first time probably, which it's like they're, it's so stupid how they always do like the virgin who is secretly good at sex. It's like, no. Anna, the most loser ass woman ever, is not. Like, no. Unless you are experienced and unless you have practice. Like, for a woman who's not even like done it to herself, no absolute way. That makes zero sense. Like, you have to at least do it yourself to have a general idea on how you do any of that stuff. That's why this book is horrible on that fact. Yeah. So, she also, like, does, like, take, does the stuff with her mouth and whatever. And I don't know. He shows her how to do it properly. And then she swaps between doing both things. I don't know why I put so much detail on that. I didn't like that. He's shocked by how I didn't even bother writing properly. He's shocked by how daring she is. Good or daring? Oh, daring. Yeah. So like because he's supposed to be the dominant, this is like kind of, I think this scene is supposed to be significant because it's like, oh my god, Anna is making big moves. What? Oh my god. Yeah. And he's like, oh my god, Anna. Okay, weirdo. Yeah. Pretty damn descript scene. More than earlier when it was a legitimately sex scene. I genuinely don't know how much I'm going to get by with this. I really don't. I don't even know if I can upload this video. If this video doesn't get many views, it's because of what I've been talking about. Because my book reviews usually do well. Oh my god. I forgot because when they were having sex for the first time and they go into the second position, he legitimately says, and I quote, I'm pretty sure he says, Miss Steele, either Miss Steele or Anastasia, I'm going to take you from behind. You didn't need to formally inform her you're going to take her from behind. And it's worse because in this scene, he's like, Anastasia, I'm going to come in your mouth. Just say something like, I'm coming. Not, Anastasia, I'm going to come in your mouth. There's no way this guy gets pussy. There's no way. That sort of thing, I'm like, I'm a guy and even I know that if I was a woman in that sort of situation, I would fucking laugh. I would laugh after hearing something like that. Oh my god. He tells Anna he owes her an orgasm, which it's like, okay, like what plan, like, are you going to pertain to your plans or what? I don't even know. He keeps contradicting himself through this entire book, and like I've only read the first 10 chapters. And he's begging her to agree to sign the contract. He keeps being like, please sign it. I want you to be mine, please, please. He's making it seem like he's like, please be my girlfriend, but in this case he's like, please be my sex slave and obey my every command, please. Oh, please. It's like, don't do that. That's weird. Don't do that. That's weird. Yeah. He ties her hands up with his tie and then like starts giving her head or something. Oh god, yeah, the toes thing. Yeah, he starts taking off her socks and like kissing her toes. It's like, what? Wait, why? Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? No, please, no, don't do that. No feet stuff, please. Jesus Christ. He keeps stalling from doing that stuff. It's like if I were to generally understand this guy, it's like he wants to give pleasure, but it's like he will do what he wants, so he doesn't want to give them what they want. So that's probably why he was sucking her toes or something, because he's like, I'm gonna be all like tension building. It's like, no, you're just being weird sucking her toes. There's no way that's erotic, man. Jesus. So she's not shaved, and upon seeing that, he's like, I think we'll keep this. Why? Yeah, that's weird. So anyways, he makes her, come to, and then straight up, does the thing right after, which, I mean, Jesus Christ, you're going to give her a break? She's a virgin. Well, not anymore. They managed to make, yeah, this is the one thing. They managed to make that scene in the bath so much longer than any sex scene. So, like, as a person who's not reading the book for that sort of stuff, like, even if I was, there's so little actual detail in the scenes. Like, I'm not kidding, they're like less than a page long. It's like, if you're gonna make an erotic romance novel, do make them much longer and make them worth, like, make it actually feel like how long it is. Like, you can't just put like one paragraph and then climax. It's like, how long did you last? Jesus. Like, make it sound like my boy lasted 30 seconds or something. Yeah. And then Gray's mother just wanders in the house. Now we get to chapter 10, which, once again, didn't finish. I didn't finish chapter 10 because I didn't want to get through it. But I got through maybe half of it. I have like a page of notes of it, so that's probably enough. Anyways, Gray encourages Anna to meet his mother, making her wear some of his clothes if it means she wears clean clothes. Can't believe she has pigtails. Yeah, she actually wears pigtails. A grown woman wears pigtails? I've never seen a grown woman wear pigtails. Jose calls to apologize. wanting to know where she is, but she hangs up and talks to Gray's mother. Gray hands Anna the contract and tells her to research, because I'm assuming there's some interesting stuff that's in that contract. They enter the elevator, and Anna tells Gray she wants to talk to Kate about what happened. He allows her to talk to Kate about it, but Elliot can't know. They enter his car and they leave to eat, once again forcing Anna to eat. Oh yeah, this is this thing where like he whenever they go to eat, he's like, finish your food, and she's like, well, I'm not hungry. And he's like, I don't like wasted food. Eat your food. It's like, you're a rich ass guy, man. Like, you can afford more food. Like, are you the type of guy that's like, there's kids in Africa who could have used that food? Well, the food is in America, so they're not going to reach the African people. I don't know if that was offensive, but I that is a weird ass comment that parents will make sometimes, though, where it's like, eat your food. Kids in Africa could have eaten that food. It's like, well, Dad, it's on my plate right now. I don't think it's going anywhere. And also, farmers don't export their food to African people. So, well, not usually. So, it was never going to go to Africa. So where's the wasted food going to go? You're not wasting resources. Not really. It's probably cheap-ass food. And Gray, you can afford it. You're probably a billionaire. You're like the Elon Musk, probably, of this book. Anyways, yeah. I write in here, he forces Anna to eat because this dude at least likes his sex slaves well fed. Gray tells Anna his mother likes her, and his mother actually thought he was gay, probably because of his lack of bitches as well. Oh yeah, this is the weird stuff. So this is some weird stuff that's going on, and yeah. Gray mentions he's never slept with anyone, had sex in his bed, flew any girl in his helicopter, and introduced a girl to his mother. So a lot of first things for a guy who's pretty damn kinky. Gray explains what vanilla sex is because Anna, the 21 or something year old, doesn't know that term. Jesus Christ, how can you be more of a goddamn virgin, man? Like, it actually irritated the hell out of me when I was reading this, because I'm like, oh my god, how do you not know these things? You don't hear them? The books you read? Do you not read, like, erotic stuff? Like, a reader definitely reads erotic stuff. Jesus. I gotta hurry up here, though. I'm taking like an hour and 15 to do this. 6. Oh, yeah. So, Gray mentions to Anna, because I guess he trusts her, that I guess the NDA agreement, so can't really do anything, but he tells her that he was a submissive, he says a little lightly, a submissive, to his mother's friend for 6 years since he was 15 years old. Okay, a lot to unpack there. 15 years old, your mother's friend, and your mother doesn't know, and you're still friends with that person? Oh my god. Anna contemplates the deal, as she might not want to obey every order of his, comparing it to the sexual abused Gray experience, or sexual abuse, yeah. Because, like, obviously she's like, do I want to be what Gray was back then? Okay. My camera died out, so, um, uh, I'm just gonna put in some weird ass, like, I don't know, logo or something, and say the camera died. Must have ran out of storage on this because I forgot I'm recording in like 4K, 60 FPS. But yeah, just how to put it there. I'm going to put this little video saying that my camera died, and I'm just going to put the logo up on the screen for the last little, like, 5 minutes I talk. Yeah. Don't want to become what he was. Good damn point there, Anna. That's the one time you had common sense. Now use that and get the hell out of there. Well, newsflash, she doesn't, because she's stupid. Yeah. He explains the other 15 girls that he's been with and had signed contracts were non-compatible, which probably means they ran out the way, scared the hell out of him, or they didn't want to do what he wanted to do, and he's like, you know what? I don't like you. Yeah. Anyways, Kate asks Anna about what happened when she gets home, and Anna tells Kate very little, as her NDA keeps her from talking. I don't think she really goes into detail at all. I'm pretty sure she just says, like, yeah, I had sex. Pretty sure that was it, which probably for Kate, very goddamn anticlimactic. Kate talks about her first time and that it took a year to have an orgasm through penetrative sex. And that's where my notes end. Yeah. That's where my notes end. That's another weird thing. Your friend Kate met, it was, if I remember correctly, it was like met someone at a bar and and she was in a relationship for a year and couldn't have an orgasm through penetrative sex. Like, how weird is everybody in this damn book? Like, is Paul the only normal person in this book? Because, like, at least Paul's the guy. Actually, Paul isn't necessarily completely normal because he's like, oh my God, Anna, please, can I just take you out today? Like, come on, please go out on a date with me. So he's kind of just a little pushy. But Jose is secretly a, offender. Kate is a weird, over talkative human being, best friend. Christian Grey is a stalker. Anna is just super virgin. Jesus. I don't like anybody in this damn book. Paul, maybe. Because Paul's just a nice-ass guy. But no, I didn't finish chapter 10, I'll be honest. I read through 200 of 600 pages, so not even halfway. I mean, I probably got over 200, but I didn't even read halfway. Maybe I'll make another video after reading the other 16 chapters. But the reason why I didn't make it through was because, one, didn't have much time until I could make this video, and two, I also just didn't want to finish reading because, well, you know how horrible the goddamn book is? Yeah, exactly. Anyways, my general interpretation of this book is the fact that this book is about a woman discovering BDSM and other kinks, and also probably discovering who Christian Grey is. The purpose of this book was probably to talk about, like said, the BDSM and its effects. I don't know if it was to put it in a bad light or not, but it definitely is making it seem pretty bad. But it's basically the purpose of it is to put into perspective how a virgin would perceive like sexual adventures and experiencing new things, and also the mysteries of a relationship and sharing secrets. This book is really goddamn weird, and I was very uncomfortable talking about every single one of those scenes in that book. And I'm sorry if this video gets age restricted and I get no views on this video. It's just a random ass book review as usual. I do these for fun sometimes. I'm still looking to do a book review on some other books as well, but I wanted to do that first because yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching. if you saw this video and you aren't already subscribed, please do. Like this video as well, so it bumps up in the algorithm there. Make sure to comment how you think. Comment literally anything. Like, have you read the book? Or just comment for the sake of commenting, because people do that nowadays. So just comment for the sake of it. Yeah. Look at my channel for other content like this, and I also have a show, the Temper Time show, that I upload like once a month, and I have a podcast which I talk about deep stuff, like philosophy and such like that, and soon, in the next 7 months, I'm going to do another charity stream, a 24-hour charity stream. It'll be much better than last year's, because I'll be in my own apartment, and I'll probably do it with my roommate or something. It'll be much, much better, and probably won't be on my phone, hopefully. Anyways, yeah, so thank you for watching. Yeah. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.